Hello, thanks for joining us on your channel of choice at this time, African Independent Television AIT. Welcome to the Friday edition of your program, Focus Nigeria. My name is Benga Aruleba. Today we'll be looking at developments in Nigeria's main opposition party, and up to 2015, the ruling party, that's the People's Democratic Party. The PDP from inception in 1998 was unarguably the most popular and national of the three political parties that were registered to birth Nigeria's Fourth Republic, and for 16 years thereafter, that's from 1999 to 2015, the PDP held sway, expanding its scope and spread and in general acceptance. But by the end of its first 8 years in power, and with the registration of more political parties, many of the members who could no longer tolerate the growing culture of impunity, godfatherism, imposition, and undemocratic conduct in all party affairs, especially related to elections into either party or public offices, started finding expression and solace elsewhere. And so, from a party with absolute majority in national and local politics, the PDP started losing grips. For discerning party faithful, the eventual fall of the PDP in the 2015 general elections was a story long foretold. Since 2015, even as a party in opposition, the party has been unable to learn the critical lessons. It's been unable to overcome these negative attributes. And after over 2 years in opposition, and at a time the PDP should be mapping out strategies on how to rebound into prominence and control of national affairs, these aforesaid habits have continued to come in the way. And the fortunes of the party have continued to deplete from one off-cycle election to another. And the latest one, of course, the governorship election in Anambra, where the PDP became a far distant third position, are testimonies of how the umbrella party is inflicting on itself wounds of immeasurable proportions. We'll be having here live with us another, staunch member of the party. He used to be, oil magnate Dr. Ifeanyi Ubah, who was seemingly frustrated out of the party, and of course, he took it out against the party. He was frustrated out of the party just days before the Anambra election. And of course, he took it out against the party. And it was a move that cost the PDP dearly, as we saw with the outcome of the party. We will also be speaking with him what led to his expulsion from the party, or his decision to quit the PDP and pitch his tent with the ABGA, which eventually, of course, won the election hands down in all the 21 local government areas of Anambra State.
easy. Not easy. He said, I state, I'm not easy to and I also well bailout fund. I am not over my couple. And all the money is not easy. He said, I state, I'm not easy to and I also well bailout fund. I am not over my couple.
All right. Just go back there. It was the one of the last campaigns addressed by the ABGA before the Anambra election, and the man you saw there is here live. Dr. Ifeanyi Ubah is here, CEO, Capital Oil. Good to see you. I'm still finding it difficult to address you as an ABGA chieftain because just a little over a month ago, what we will address you as a PDP chieftain, and today you are in ABGA and all of that. But why did you leave your party? You are one of the big people in PDP that decamped, according to Chief Chris Ubah there. And of course, the effect we saw in the result of the election.
Well, first I want to thank you for this opportunity of coming to Focus. It's because of PDP impunity. We worked hard to get PDP to where they are. I remember there was a time the president of this country couldn't even go to force headquarters to inspect the bombings. You know, Boko Haram was coming in to Abuja, and all these things. He was really out of almost losing grip of his government. And we brought about time, you know, to advocate things he has done, you know, which no one faulted, even one sentence from TAN. And we did it for PDP, campaigned for VTV vigorously all over the whole country. You know, we were the first to go into even Northeast in Gombe to campaign for the president. And then we set up zonal rallies, and then, you know, we did everything for PDP to get to where, PDP wouldn't have come into that election. I'm sure the president have said it many further, including the wife, that PDP wouldn't have come into that election without TAN. And you can't do
the
this.
Transformation, it's arguable that the transformation of Nigeria gave the PDP a visible vehicle for that election.
We gave PDP 65% visibility in 2015, and it was my brainchild, solely sponsored by me. And you can't do this to a party, and then at the end of the day, you have an interest, and they denied you. They brought in somebody who has no capacity, somebody who, I mean, he's claimed he has worked in United Nations, but he has no home. He has not built a house in his village. He's not living in any, he's sputtering all over the whole state. In Oka, he's a tenant. In his own home, he has not even built it. And how can you market it? So what they did was to play a trick by putting Peter Obi, who is also a deceiver again, you know, before him, and then start propagating against our governor, who is doing well. So it became, instead of them saying, showcasing the capacity, because in Anambra today you can't deceive anybody. If you don't show capacity, this is me, I'm Ifeanyi. I have done this, I have done this, I have done this, I have done this, this is my community, this is what I have done for my community, this is what I have done for the youths, this is what I have done for the churches, that is essence of campaigning. Willie Obiano was demonstrating what he has done. I have been paying teachers, your children are going to school, no problem. There's peace and harmony in the state. There is light everywhere. Anambra is turning into a small Mecca, a small New York. You know, so he was busy campaigning of what he is doing. Rather, PDP were busy because they have nothing to campaign for. They have nothing to use to campaign in terms of capacity. And P2B constantly was telling people, I did this road, I did this. Did you do it with your money? Who was P2B before he became a governor? Has he ever built one monument in his village before he became a governor? So you can't be boasting on what you did as a governor with people's money. You know, and then you think a number of people are foolish. So by the time that impunity came up, because my intention was first to go back to PDP and say, I have worked for this party. when Obaze wasn't, or when all these people were not there. I have given value to PDP at the cost of my business. So much, very painful. You know, and today the books are here, the security agencies are here. Nobody has ever invited me on 1 naira of time or government getting into time since 2015. I'm saying it again. So I can't put in this kind of fortune to PDP and at the same time being treated like a riff-raff. So, you know, but I believe at the end of the day.
Were you hoping that PDP will just simply hand over the ticket to you that time? Or
No,
we wanted
a free and fair election.
A level playing field.
Because when we go to campaign, you need to have time. They have at least 7 days to give us to campaign to the delegates. And then I go to the delegate, this is Ifeanyi, this is me, this is what I have done. But because Obaze have nothing to campaign to the delegates, because when people like us are there, I will say, I have this, I have this, I have done this for the state. Even this is the kind of what a state couldn't, for example, my stadium that we built in 2 years, and today is an international stadium. For 25 years, Anambra State did not build a stadium like that. You saw the stadium
That was
there.
where that rally took place.
Yes, sir. You know, we played CAF game there. You can't just bring in CAF to play in any kind of field.
Yeah.
So, these are things they know that we will use to campaign. And then knowing that if we go to campaign, I have content that can win delegates to me. So what they did was, they did not give us room to campaign to delegates. We don't know who the delegates were. They just brought in delegates list on a Sunday night and asked us to go on Saturday night. I also go to election on Monday. You know, these are impunities that we are talking about. PDP imposition, because P2B went to tell them that he has money, he will do this, he will do that, he will do that, not knowing that everybody in Nigeria will always be seeing P2B as a capacity person. But he has opened he has shown that he has nothing. He couldn't even win his hometown. Do you know when you are rejected in your home, what it means in politics? In my local government area, Nnewi North, we had the deputy governor of APC, Dozie Ikedife Jr. You know Ikedife, who Ikedife is. Yeah. We had Mrs. Chidi Onyemelukwe. We had the Emeka Ojukwu Jr. that just decamped, who was a former local government chairman that was rejected. You know, who has no capacity. They brought all these people, they went to Nnewi because they wanted to, you know, demystify Ifeanyi Ubah. But, you know, you cannot change the moving hand of God. You can't change the moving hand of God. So they brought all these people, they came to Nnewi. It was only Nnewi was the center point. But you know what happened? All of them, including Professor ABC Nwosu, who was the caretaker chairman of PDP, though he has also resigned. He has resigned 2 days ago. They
resigned from
PDP. There's a problem in the house. The house is scattered. So,
that's news.
So they all lost in their polling booth. Please, I say to you, let them come and show the result of their
I have actually have the result, but not on the polling booth basis. I know that
they lost their polling booth.
I know that apart from
it's a minor subject.
Yes, so I know that apart from Anambra East, that's Obiano's local government, where he got over 20,000. The next places he got huge votes were the Nnewi local governments. Nnewi South, 10,465, and then Nnewi North, 10,800.
Can you imagine a town that has all these candidates? You know, Professor ABC Nwosu, local government caretaker chairman of PDP, state caretaker chairman, the deputy governorship candidate of APC, the deputy governorship candidate of PDP, and at the same time, they could not make any mark. And this is the same thing we did in Labour Party in 2013. And they came now, they wanted to demystify us, or demystify Ifeanyi Ubah, by bringing all these people so that we vote. But still, you know, we were able to show. And nobody can contest the election. Ask them if anything happened. So the truth about it is that PDP has not learned their lesson. But I don't want to discuss anymore PDP because I've taken it out of my sight.
In spite of all your investment in the PDP, are you saying that
I have written
you have said bye-bye?
I have written off bye-bye forever. You see, I sincerely believe that
because they are going to a national convention.
It doesn't
on December 9.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm a businessman. What we do in business is when you have bad investment, you write it off. It's a bad investment. You see, because where was Jonathan? He was there. He was part of the plot. So what I am saying,
plot to
my next target is to tell Nigerians about PDP. So let's not think about 2019. But PDP should know that the war is not over. It's not over.
You are at war with PDP.
No, it's not over. You know, they're owing me. It's not over. This 2019, you will know whom Ifeanyi is. I'm not scared about anything. PDP should just forget about 2019. It's a quote from Ifeanyi. PDP should forget about 2019.
Even in their efforts to reconcile, if they reach out to you.
It's going to be APGA and APC. It's going to be APGA and APC in Nigeria. 2019, watch and see. The same ladder that we used to move them up will bring them down. And we'll show Nigerians whom they are. They don't have conscience. That's my position. That's why
so you don't have any words of advice for them?
What
even
kind of words of advice for someone who has done this to you? Do you know the loss I had in my business? Do you know things because I came to help them? I finished running governor on Labour Party, and then they asked me to support them because they saw my campaign in Labour Party. And when people start saying jumping from one party, circumstances bring about movement in political parties. I was on my own, and they came, can you help us, you know, the way you run your campaign? And I can't be helping PDP, and then I'll say I'm a member of Labour Party. So it's just for me to get back to PDP. And then I lost my grip in Labour, supporting PDP to that level, and just give us a fair and fair election in Anambra State. And they did it. And so the lucky man got it, because the governor, even though he was on ground, I can't say because of us that it was us that gave him victory. I can't be that. He has done something very well for Anambra State. Yeah. Some of these governors that came to Anambra State, we are not paying the salaries. People are dying in their states. And what are they in Anambra to do? Do they think Anambra people are illiterates? So it's also, it compounds them. It's not about soldier will come, soldier will come, soldier will come. There's no amount of intimidation that we didn't receive. There's no amount of might. But I want to thank President Buhari. And because of that thing he has done to Anambra, by giving us free and fair election, you will see where we will go in 2019. So
Anambra was free and fair? Is that an attestation?
Well, we had so many people that came.
Because there were allegations mostly again by the PDP, and the APC as well, that all that happened were vote buying and all of that. Are you sure people like you didn't use money?
Who is saying vote buying? Who is saying vote buying? Forget about things they did. They prepared. They know they were losing. They prepare certain films so that they will show to justify their claim. Do you understand? It's easy for me to get some people to wear APC cloth or wear PDP cloth and then say they're sharing money because I know I'm going to fail. My brother, the issue is this. What happened in your local government? If people are also buying vote, why didn't you buy your local government vote? 21 over 21 and they are still talking. It's only dons that we believe them. 21 over 21. Everybody losing his polling booth. I mean, how much will it cost you to even buy your polling booth if it is a contest of buy? And then you didn't get them. And all these observers that came to Anambra State did not report anything. I mean, come on, I mean, Benga.
We know the role of governors.
Sorry. Yeah. We were campaigning from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day.
That's the Anambra.
During the campaigning, go and check. I can send you clips of our campaign. In my local government, I taught 52 communities, 10 wards, 52 communities. Then we had radio shows that was from 8 to 12 every day, different radios to tell Anambra people, one, Anambra is the home of Ndibo. We can't lose our name. Afigbo Efuna. It is a program that is also another brainchild of Ifeanyi. That Afigbo Amanfu. So we wanted.
What does that mean?
Afigbo Efuna. When you want to know about that, you pay consultancy fee. Now Afigbo Efuna is like you can go and say Afenifere. Do I know what is Afenifere? Okay. Do I know what is Arewa? Afigbo Efuna is there.
Yeah, but we know Hanese now. Is he a rival?
No, it's not a rival. But Afigbo Efuna is part of. It's inside of Hanese. Okay. There's something that will arouse consciousness of Ndibo when you want to take over Igbos.
Afigbo Efuna.
Okay. So we were able to initiate Afigbo Efuna, and we're able to advocate Ifeanyi within that small limit of time, you know, that people should know. So, and our business now is we have gone back to the drawing board to even look at why must we remain in Anambra State. So we have energized us, and thank God the governor is the BOT chairman of the state of ABGA. He has the capacity with this success so that we can consolidate on this success by spreading ABGA to everywhere, getting people to have consciousness of politics so that we will be prepared. We will be prepared to give, if we are not bringing in somebody, I don't know our party position for 2019, but we must have a one block vote from our structure.
So what is next for you now is to propagate the gospel of ABGA.
But that is my business. I'm a very...
PDP blood in you is drained completely?
No, I have nothing. I have written them off. And I have written them off, but we still have unsettled business prior to 2019. So let us see what 2019 will give. I have said it here, and I'm not going to repeat it.
But you have friends in PDP. For the sake of the friends you have in PDP,
good ones.
Shouldn't what is happening in the PDP
they should bear the cost of the impunity for now. They should bear the cost of impunity for now. You know, for President Buhari to give us free and fair election in Anambra, it means so much to our people. Even though if we have some issues for this Anambra, for now, we are happy with him.
You are forgiving him.
He has nothing. We have some issues. There are some issues now. I mean, I'm not the kind of person that hides away from issue. Okay. There are some issues, and these issues are to be discussed. Do you understand me? But for this free and fair election that we have in Anambra State, INEC, kudos to INEC, kudos to Nigerian police, and then there's a very good opportunity for us to consolidate.
Okay, let's talk about your new love. That's the ABGA now. ABGA controls one state, but at inception, ABGA had two states, Imo and...
they were heading to Abia.
They were heading to Abia.
Yeah.
But they have been, it's like they have been curtailed to Anambra since almost 12 years now. Eight under Peter Obi.
Personally, I'm a very passionate Igbo man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, the kind of politics that you played in PDP that gave the PDP a lot of visibility. Is that what we are, what will be seeing in the ABGA now?
Well, definitely, we are going to advocate Ifeanyi across the region. There's no doubt about that. Our business today is to grow ABGA. You see, I can't be in a party that is having only one state. So I think my mission is to unify ABGA, you know, and then working in tandem with the constitution of ABGA and with our chieftain. So it's not just me alone, okay? Now, what I want to tell you, sir, I'm a very passionate Igbo man. In the first coming of Rocha Sokorosha, in his first inaugural speech, he said, I, Anna Rocha Sokorosha, wouldn't have been the governor of Imo State without he mentioned three people. I am one of them. You can go back to that clip. On his first inaugural speech, I have taken this to Imo, Abia. You can go and ask Governor Ikpeazu. I did the magic for him, personally. And I will vote if he can come back, if he can come to any screen and say, no, that I'm not saying the truth.
You were PDP with
okay? I was part of the revolution. I took governor of Enugu State 8 years or 9 years ago to China with Emeki Hedioha, Olisa Meto and co. to China. Today he's a governor. I took them and we spent almost a week to China where I showed them the Igbo people about my business. The governor of Ebonyi State, you can go and ask him, I have played a pivotal role in all these governors around the whole Southeast region and so many of our people. I have never seeked one day for 1 naira contract from federal government or 1 naira waiver. I have never. And that's why when I'm bold talking, people always think something, who is this guy? Just tell me, it's about my passion for my people. Now, today, look at all of them. They have all disappointed us. So it is only, you can see the passion in Chief Victor Ume when he talks about Igbo. You can see passions that are in chieftains of ABGA. So we want to move ABGA and go back to some of these states. We have Abia, we have Imo, we have Ebonyi, and we want to take over these states because they are not representing Igbos very well. You know, the Act of War says when you are equal, you negotiate. If you are weaker, you retreat. If you are stronger, you oppress. So we must find ourselves within this context of 3 Act of War dynamics. That is it. Okay? You remember that the ACN, AD, and AC merged to come up to a point of strength. ANPP, CPP came to merge to come to a point of strength. And because they were equal, they negotiated. They came to ABGA. We said, oh, wait. Let us consolidate our own. Our vision was to consolidate our own southeast region. But unfortunately, Governor Rocha Sokolacha, who ABGA gave mandate, sold off the party and went into merge. Good luck to him. And we remain because the heart of ABGA is Anambra State. And that's why we said Afibwefuna during this last context, because if anything had happened to ABGA, that will not, and the agitation will have been times 10 of what you are seeing in Nigeria. So thank God that such a thing did not occur in Anambra State. So what we are saying now, where is the Igbo man? Igbo must wake up to fight for their own right. Okay? Politically. We must, because this is the only constitutional structure that people can use to defend themselves. I hope you're following me. So we have to go back to the drawing board and see how we can get ABGA back to a position of strength. Then we can be negotiating.
I'm going to be asking you whether you don't feel that what happened to you in PDP could also happen to you in ABGA, because politicians are the same everywhere. But let me read some of them are actually pointing the way of.
Let's stop because we have no time.
Some are saying Igbos need ABGA as a negotiating tool in this workshop called Nigeria.
Very correct.
That's from Usani Ejajina. And another one said, I'm happy to share the same town and alma mater with Chief Dr. Patrick Ubah. He changed the game in Anambra. Obi can't do it alone. And then Usani Eja said again, Ifeanyi has said it all. The earlier the Igbos learn the ACN Tinubu style with ABGA, the better. Is that what we are trying to do?
God bless them. You see, sir, it's quite unfortunate that, you know, I went back to PDP to collect my receipt for the work I did. And they did, and they duped me. And by duping me, I went back to the drawing board, and God said, my son, go back and build ABGA. I was in ABGA. It was the same P2B that wanted to sell ABGA off. By illegally destroying Victume, you know, and God of Ndibo brought Victume with firm hand with Victume to bring ABGA back to but then I discovered that Peter was desperate at the time. That was what brought Billy. So my leaving ABGA without sitting on a table, because I wanted to test the business of governance. So I went to Labour Party, where that gave me a platform to get into the last bus stop. So it wasn't as if I left ABGA. I was a chieftain of ABGA before anybody. I was solely in charge of, I was practically paying for all ABGA's office nationwide. You can ask Chief Victume and then Alhaji Shinkafi. I was supporting ABGA during the fight for us to get back the soul of ABGA to Victume, because P2B used his money, you know, to dethrone Victume illegally in Enugu High Court. And that, thank God, appeal court restored Victume back. So, but after that restoration, I noticed that what I am seeking for, I might not get it because Peter was very desperate and might even kill me. So what I did was, I only called Sir Victume on phone early morning and said, sir, thank you, we have been able to secure ABGA. I think I want to take another channel to finish the race. Because you remember then there was a lot of things that was hit on my name. So I wanted to finish the race because they say clear conscience fears no accusation. If there's any accusation, let anybody who has anything against me, you know, point it. So I finished the race. And that was the race that brought Dr. Willie Obiano into governance. And I thank God. It was after that race that PDP came and said, so PDP came to allow me to help to better their image. Are you following me? So there's circumstances that lead to one changing gear. So after this, I went back to myself and said, the only party that I have also gotten victory before was APGA. So let me go back. It was easy for me to join YPP then. That was an option to join Young Progressive Party. I have to say it today. You know, which is part of party that we were negotiating. But I said, no, let me go back. And then we had APGA people coming to me. PDP came to me. And so many other people came to me. And then I chose to go back to my party and help.
And not to at all costs be a governorship candidate.
No.
Because a lot of speculation were wrapped there that after they had suspended you, we will see you emerge as the governorship candidate
I have that platform under YPP. I refused. YPP is the last party in the ballot box. And we did a lot of things then, but I said no. I want to go and help to save my party, save the name of our hero, Dimodime Gojuku, save the name of Nnewi, my hometown, where APGA is rooted from, save the name of Ndibo. That is it. And for me, I have no apology to anybody, you know, for what we have done. We campaigned vigorously. We supported Willie Obiano, irrespective of so many things they concocted against the man, you know, who is a good man. So for me, Benga, I want Nigerians to know today that I am in APGA. I have no business with any other party. But whatever my party decides where we are going in 2019 will be.
I've asked some of the questions.
PDP should forget 2019. Ifeanyi said, I'm the first person to say it. PDP should forget 2019.
So even in spite of the convention of December 9,
let them prepare their image of impunity and get a process right. If they get a process right, they will struggle. They will struggle, but they won't get it. If they will struggle, they won't get it because the impunity has taken a very huge mark on them. And that impunity, even as they are campaigning now for that impunity is still in the line. Because you see people with capacity, they don't want to have people, they want to have people that will be answering themselves according to Chris Ubah. So that's it.
I know that before you left the PDP, one organ of the PDP that you were also criticizing very much was the governors forum, that the governors in PDP are too powerful. They are the ones who call the shots in the party and always wanting to have their way on all issues. A lot of that is already pointing in the direction of what will happen in December 9.
Let me tell you, sir, these governors are people we supported and make them governors in PDP. I am the deputy director, contact and mobilization of PDP. Every governor of PDP or every candidate of PDP I have in my hand his or her top 20 supporter whom directly I paid money to work for PDP. The entire PDP structure, nationwide, I can give you documents signed by all the people. Any governor that will come and dispute what I say, I'll bring you his signature. In terms of trying to, strategize and then win vote for PDP, we did the magic. Whatever PDP achieved in 2015 general election, presidential election, Ifeanyi contribute close to 35% of it. I am the deputy director, and ask them, why did they give me their top 20? And ask those top 20, did they receive money from me? As part of boast, nationwide. So that one is by the bush. And other things we have done for them. I brought about the umbrella revolution that campaigned in every ward, nationwide. So if I start telling you about what we did, campaigning in almost every barracks, every IDP camp, all over the whole lot for PDP. Okay. So that's the same direction we used in working for PDP. We also work that they should go and then make. I mean, you've had 16 years of ruling in this country, and you have not learned from their mistakes.
Dr. Ifeanyi appears to be the rallying point in Igbo politics. He obviously is the Jagaban of the Igbo nation. He needs the support of his people to do what Asiwaju Tinubu did to AC and ACN in the Southwest. That's Omogbala and Bab CFR. Ozone Feston is saying, Dr. Ifeanyi is speaking well. Please channel your energy to getting the Igbos to get involved in Nigerian politics instead of crying for their inaction. And then John Mako is saying, Mr. Gbenga, sir, please ask your guests how can he prove to us that he won't leave APGA should he get snitched like PDP? I think that was the question I asked you before.
Well, let me
politicians
say
are the same everywhere.
Let me say it.
If they do to you what PDP
Sir,
did to you, would you also?
Sir, let me say it today. The joy I have today is when I go to the wards in my village in Anambra, and then people know what I have done for them, and they thank me for what I have done to the lives of people in Anambra State. It goes beyond becoming anything in APGA. And I said it today, and I say it very well, that APGA is my last bus stop. Nobody can buy me. I'm here to help to build my people. And that is the essence of me coming. I'm 46. I'm winding down. I can't be 90. Okay?
Winding down at 46? I'm
winding down. Whenever you cross 35 or 40 in Nigeria, according to this thing, you are winding down. I've enjoyed more than half of my life expectancy. So what are we talking about? You only have one life. You know, today, you hear what Zeke did, you hear what Emeka Dumegwu, so many people, our great heroes, Alex Ekweme today. So for me, I'm winding down. So I'm back home.
You can't be winding down if the likes of Dr. Alex Ekweme just passed on at 85 or so.
So at 46 times 2, 46 is 42.
That means you still have over 40 years to
92.
do that.
Life expectancy you must face reality, my brother. You don't come and say the Lord is your shepherd, and then you 30,000 you can fall. You must be careful. You must be careful. So the truth about it is, you must have a legacy you are going to keep. As you've come into this world, while going back to God that created you. There's a reason why Benga, your name is Benga. The reason why I'm Ifeanyi. There's a reason why I came from Newi. You see, it is the Lord's doing. So for me, it's for me to add value to my people. That is what is key. And then let me say it, that I have no other places to go than APGA. APGA.
Uzani say, as a Calabar man, if Igbos allow APGA to die, then they have lost their political identity in this project called Nigeria. I love what happened in Anambra State. And Emeka FOKK is sharing your position that PDP should forget 2019. This is a step too far though, but I share in his pains for the anomalies. As you say, sharing your pain. Ibina Felix Libertus. Wow, Benga, I appreciate your visitor, Chief Ifeanyi Ubah. He has the capacity to tell us the Igbos the truth. And then Usani say, Benga, God bless you for this program and long years of consistency. Dr. Ifeanyi Ubah, what is your strategic plan for Igbo presidency? That's the ultimate prize of all these efforts.
That is the question that must be channeled to my party. That is the question that must be channeled to my party, the BOT chairman, my party. They have position, whatever they ask us to do, we do.
All right. I'm sure that even though you have professed publicly that your love for the PDP has died, but I'm sure that on December 9 you will still be interested in how the PDP moves forward.
No, it's very important for them to get it right. It's good for us to have a good opposition in Nigeria. They can still take,
so to that extent, the PDP must get
opposition for another 4 years. It's not a bad thing for them. But let them have a right and build structure. Let them come like APGA and start building like us as well. So we are building a structure so that we can come up. But let them just feel, the pain of this impunity. You don't know what it is. You don't know when a man can charter an aircraft from Dubai to China and flew in campaign materials. You cannot understand how Abuja Road was littered with advertisements. You don't know what we have spent in the television campaigning for going all over the whole country. And at the end of the day, you get this kind of reward from a party that you have worked for. You don't know. God doesn't sleep. He rewards. He rewards impunity with whatever he decides to do. But for me, as a human being, I'm not God. I've said it. It may not be the will of Ifeanyi. If God takes another decision for PDP, good. I cannot question God. But for what I've said, PDP will not get it in 2019. Said by Ifeanyi Ubah.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Ifeanyi Ubah.
Thank you.
Let's leave it there. Dr. Ifeanyi Patrick Ubah is an oil magnate. Today, he is proudly APGA.
Yes, very proudly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate your
Thank you,
time.
sir.
That's Focus Nigeria today. Is the last edition of the program for the week. Enjoy the weekend break. I'll see you around. My name is Benga Aruleba.